It's not important where it happened. It's not important when it happened. It's not even important how it happened. What is important is it happened.
Hi, what's your name?
Cartoon Network presents Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup in the Powerpuff Girls movie. 3 mutant superheroes saving the world before bedtime. You dare to challenge me? This is so cool.
Well, happy belated Valentine's Day to everybody. Yeah, so here's an interesting choice. I'll bet you nobody would have thought I would be doing Powerpuff Girls, the movie. So not even the show, and this, of course, was on Cartoon Network. And yes, I will be reviewing this right after this.
It's a barrel of laughs, a barrel of fun. But can you get the monkeys one after one? Well, you gotta get them, 'cause monkeys really monkey around. Barrel of monkeys, how many can you pick up? A barrel of fun from Irwin. For real, it's real with a 4-in-1 Master Workshop. Jigsaw, lathe, drill press, and sander. Cuts wood, not skin. 4-in-1 Master Workshop. Batteries not included. Some assembly required. Used from Irwin.
So I'm sure you're wondering, what was Barrel of Monkeys?
A very stupid game.
It was it was supposed to be a game, and yes, you're supposed to pick up the monkeys and latch them on. I used them for my toy play school zoo. I decided to put them, make a pen for them, and pretty much lose every single piece that came in the barrel. So that was my version of it, and these are also.
Was only the monkeys in the barrel?
It was.
How do you lose pieces of the barrel? With only the monkeys?
Well, I lost the monkeys that were going in the barrel, and these were actually I called them incorrect monkeys. I got ripped on by my preschool teachers for this. I said that these are not monkeys because they don't have tails, and boy did my preschool teachers not like me very much when I was correcting my teachers because they were saying something wrong. So, and even on the commercial, that is a chimpanzee, that is an ape, not a monkey. So, yes, I did have criticisms, and then my parents got a talking to, mostly my mom. So, those are some interesting stories there. What for? I was giving them correct information. So that was my whole story there with getting books at an early age and learning the difference between monkeys and apes, which people are still constantly getting wrong. Boy, we live in a stupid society. Well, that'll be a minus subscriber. Oh yes, thank you for subscribing for all of 175 of them. At least that's the last time I checked. As you can see, we do have our little friends here. We have Buttercup, Bubbles, and Blossom, and also Mojo Jojo, the wonderful. He's an ape, and he does because, as you can see, he does not have a tail. See, you learn stuff on the Chip Cockroach channel. There,
I didn't know there's not a tail underneath the tape.
he told me. I didn't want to look. So that is besides the point here. So this is Powerpuff Girls. This movie came out in 2002. The big movies that came out in 2002. Get ready. The top movie was Spider-Man. The second movie, I do believe, that could have been anything, but I think it was probably Star Wars Attack of. It was Lord of the Rings. Okay, so Lord of the Rings, probably Harry Potter was probably. Oh, that was 4. So Star Wars did beat Harry Potter. Good for Star Wars. Okay, so Attack of the Clones. It's number 3, believe it or not. So Star Wars was number 3. Harry Potter was number 4. Then we have some other movies in there. We have the movie Signs. That wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty good. John Q was good. Finding Nemo was good. I'm trying to think what other. Oh yes, Friday After Next came out that year.
I've never even seen that.
I don't want to. It's Ice Cube. He's fair. He's not great. Um, I'm trying to think what else came out that year. I know we named a bunch of them. The Grudge, The Ring, Mr. Deeds came out. Oh yes, Adam Sandler was the highest grossing actor. A lot of boredom, pretty much, going on here, except for the few movies that I did name. So I am giving 2002 the Rob Lowe Close to Peter Strauss Award for being boring. Yes, there were some movies in there that were good, but let's face it, when you get to the 2000s, the stuff in the toilet looks better than what they're putting out in Hollywood. So it pretty much went to Dookie around the late '90s or so. I'm just telling it like it is. The movie's lost excitement. I'm getting kicked out of the house on Valentine's. Oh, it's the day after Valentine's Day, so I made it. That is a win for me. So so now going to Powerpuff Girls. Now I have to figure out when the show came out. I want to say it was 1998, but I could be wrong. And this was on the Cartoon Network. Um, and this movie, of course, it does star our little friends. I believe it was the voices. Let's see, we got Elizabeth Daily, we got Tara Strong, um, we hold on, Kathy Cavadini. Uh, I don't know if I said that right or wrong. And then Tom Kenny is the mayor, and you all know him because I believe, from what I read, he was the voice of Gary and SpongeBob. So I hope I'm right on that. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really care. I was not a huge SpongeBob fan. No, well, I like certain characters. I like Squidward. I like Mr. Krabs. And I like Patrick. But SpongeBob just bugged me. And I didn't go out of my way to watch it. I'm sorry. I kind of passed that whole thing there. So I think I'm missing somebody. No, I'm not. I got all three of them.
Who voices the professor?
Oh, Tom Kane.
What about Mojo?
Mojo. Oh, Roger Jackson.
Never heard of any of these.
So yeah, I never really heard of any of these voice actors as well. That's why I'm looking on my tablet. Now, Frank Welker, we all know him. I've been I've been mentioning his name a lot, and he was. Let me just get these names right here because I didn't exactly watch the show. Oh, there I should have known. Whole lot of monkeys. That is that is what he voiced. And then we also have Rob.
Saw the monkey.
I believe he did. And then Rob Paulson was Hoda Wada. Yeah, I didn't know either, but he was, of course, one of the. I believe he was the voice of Raphael in Ninja Turtles. So we do have some names. So the story of this is a wonderful professor. Wait till you see the opening clip here. I was quite surprised. This was my first time watching this movie, and I believe I only saw one episode of this show. So I don't exactly have didn't really pay attention to it when we did have the episodes on. So this is the first time that I have seen this movie. So the wonderful professor here is he's pretty much experimenting with a ape of some kind. So and this is baby. I believe it's an ape. I don't see a tail on him. So it'll be preschool all over again. Only this time I'll get kicked out of the house, not as sent in the hallway. So moving on. So so what is this? So this little professor here, he's obviously having some trouble with his ape. So something goes wrong, and he ends up making these three little girls with I believe what was it supposed to be? Sugar and spice
And everything.
and everything nice. Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that comfy cozy?
That was the point.
Yes, and then of course Chemical X, which they put into McDonald's hamburgers and fries. It kind of got mixed up, and he made these three little girls, and they have superpowers. So that sounds pretty cool. Um, but things go wrong. They go to school. They play a game of tag, and it turns into um, pretty much a let's just say that they their powers kind of got in the way of this tag game. So they end up actually going into the city because of their wonderful powers. So so they do end up running into Mojo Jojo. I believe it's when the professor gets arrested, and he tricks the wonderful girls into pretty much terrorizing the city, and he ended up tricking them. The Powerpuff Girls are sleeping happily in their beds when chaos is just going on in the city. And they actually, when the professor gets let out, they are so proud of themselves. They think they did something good. And then they look at the city and it's just being torn apart by these angry monkeys. So the professor gets a little mad, um, and Buttercup, I forgot to name this. Buttercup is the leader. So remember, gotta.
Blossom is the
Oh,
leader.
I'm. Is it Blossom?
Yes.
Oh well, I already got their names wrong. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. So Blossom is the leader. So once again, you gotta watch the cartoon. Cannot laugh one time. Laughing is not allowed during cartoons. So Blossom is the leader. Bubbles is the happy one, the blonde. So she's probably not the smartest either.
She's
Um,
also
and she also, yes, she does get scared. Ooh, I'd hate to see what happens if lasers come out of her eyes. I wonder if she scares herself. And then, of course, we have Buttercup, who is the other one. So now that I
that's
got
the mean
Buttercup, wait, okay, so I did get them. So Buttercup is the mean one. Okay, for that's why I got them mixed up. See, I thought the mean one was the leader. So, okay, I see. So the mean one's like a Raphael type, I guess. I did forget what show I was going to compare this to. I'll think of it in a minute. So now I will pretty much dive right into the first clip. I hope you enjoy it because believe it or not, I did find it somewhat entertaining. And this is what happens when the professor turns off a Bill Belichick special. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, he is misbehaving because Bill Belichick had a rough first year at the University of North Carolina, and now because he made a mess, he's now going to get 10 lashes from the 10 lashes from the professor. So obviously, this little thing here went wrong. So now it does show the wonderful sugar and spice. And then it, of course, shows the chemical X. So it does show this throughout the whole entire credits, pretty much. So now let's see what happens. The professor has a really weird look on his face. He has a blockhead too. So I don't know if the animators kind of did this wrong. His ears look like Frankenstein, or sorry, the monster, Frankenstein's monster plugs. So the animation's a little quirky, but you know what? For some reason, it works.
one. You like that in the show too.
No, it was. No, I agree. It's interesting animation to say the least, but at least it's not today's garbage. So I will show that clip in just a second.
A little dramatic.
Obviously, he's very surprised here. For some reason, he gets scared. I guess. Well, I guess I would be too, because now you got to deal with three little girls. So obviously, yeah, I guess he's father professor now. Father Professor Utonium. So
Oh, they just call him Professor.
oh, okay, how nice. Oh, they just call him Professor. Oh, all right. So now he does name them. So hopefully, Warner Sisters doesn't cut this off. It might or might not. The Cartoon Net. We'll see how generous they are as well. So let's give this a shot. The professor, unfortunately, does take his dear old sweet time in this clip. But now this movie's only an hour and 20 minutes long. So so I will show this clip in just a second. Hopefully it does not get cut.
Well, let's see. Because of your directness and opening right up to me, I think I'll call you Blossom. Well, aren't you all cute and bubbly? That's it. You'll be my little Bubbles. So, we have Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, because it also begins with a B.
So here's where he's naming them. So I guess the leader is Blossom. So I got the characters correct. I just thought the mean one was the leader, is what I did wrong. So I still consider that a win. So obviously, when he's naming them, so there's Blossom, and then of course Bubbly laughs. So then he names her Bubbles. I said Bubbly. Okay, well, no, that is a type of healthy pop, I believe. So just watch Shark Tank. You'll see what I'm talking about. So so there's Bubbles. And then, of course, he goes to Buttercup just because it starts with the B, and she pretty much goes into anger mode. So, yes, I did laugh at that. I'm sorry. So, I am finding this mildly entertaining. And again, this was my first time watching this movie. I had no idea what I was getting into. So, um, I am glad that there is sort of goofy humor in this because at this time, let's face it, there was nothing goofy going on. We were becoming $1 trillion in debt. The supposed war on terror was going on as well. So, of course, we had stupid movies like Spider Man, what is a serious movie, and Tobey Maguire really took advantage of that. So now we have this at least as a comic relief. So this is actually, so far, it is one of the better movies of 2002, believe it or not. Um, I know you're probably surprised that I would be finding this somewhat entertaining since I've done the real Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, and DuckTales. And now here we are with Powerpuff Girls that I am actually laughing at. So, speaking of laughing, the professor has a slight accident, and no, he didn't pee his pants. So, I will show that clip in just a second.
Professor, you should be more careful when coming down the steps. You could get hurt. Hey, are these for us?
Apparently, I'm being kicked out again. So the professor here had a slight accident. He was about to fall down the stairs, but nope, that didn't happen because his little girls have superpowers, and I believe it was Blossom that saved him from falling. So obviously he gave them presents. Of course, Buttercup mentioned that first, but Bubbles was the only one that called him Dad. How nice. So she loves her little octopus. They obviously use their powers to um, pretty much help everybody. They paint the house incredibly fast, including the professor. So the professor was painted pink, just like the room. Moving the furniture back only took a couple seconds. I wish that I had powers like this. And then when he said that he was going to call a contractor to get windows, well, they pretty much used lasers to open up the room a little bit. So okay, so we do have capes, tights, and lasers in this. So the comic book folks should be happy. But remember, watch the movie. Got to be serious. It's superheroes, for goodness sake. So we have to take our fictional characters very, very seriously. That is the rule. So so now moving on. So I mentioned the whole um, tag game. So I can't show the whole clip because Warner Sisters won't let me. They will pretty much shut it down. So this is how little girls with superpowers play tag. Let's see how much chaos um, a game like tag could actually cause. I will show that clip in just a second. Well, this is the wonderful tag game here. Now I know what the nostalgia reviewer did. I wanted to look up a review on this before I did it, and I wanted to see how many people actually did a review on this movie. And now I know what this guy said. I thought he said the movie went too long. He meant the tag scene. Okay, now I have to agree. This did go on longer than it should have, but was it funny though? You know what I oh yeah, I know I'm going to take some flack for liking Powerpuff Girls, but it was kind of amusing. I'm not going to lie.
Maybe
Seeing,
we could watch all this season. So.
I'm kind of interested now in actually giving it.
I tried making you do it when we went on our first vacation together.
I can't do that. I can't be in bed watching a 20 something inch TV and pay attention to it. I have.
Why do you have to watch TV in the bedroom?
I don't know, but I cannot watch TV in bed at the same time. It is just not my thing. So I do not go to a hotel and I'm amazed by the size of the TV. Believe me, that's the last thing I want to do in a hotel room. So so well, yeah, I'll explain the story off of camera. So yes, the scene
I
is
already know the story.
so so anyways, so yes, this tag scene does go on. We get to meet the mayor of Townsville. Now I wish they would have picked a different name for the actual city of this. I mean, did they really have to say Townsville? They could have made that amusing. I mean, you could have said Marvinsville or Melvinsville or Marvin's Dingleberries or something. I don't know. It could have been something besides Townsville. So now I will show the final clip of the tag scene. Yes, this did go on for quite some time, and we get to see the mayor. He has like a thin Monopoly guy look to him. He looks goofy. The mayor's actually the tiniest person. He's probably the size of Bubbles for that matter. So I will show that clip in just a second.
That is pretty funny.
So not only are they knocking around cars and buildings, now apparently they knocked the mayor over. And I'm trying to think who this reminds me of. I, I would say maybe a thinner Monopoly guy mixed with maybe Merlin from Fantasia, the wizard. Oh, I'm sorry, not Fantasia. Um, the Sword and the Stone. Uh, so only without the wizard hat. So he's got his green little pickle that looks like one of um, Pirate Software's turds. So he is just laying there knocked out, and the poor professor is now pretty much looking at jail time like Diddy Combs and Stefan Diggs. So the professor might be wearing orange very, very soon. So the Powerpuff Girls, of course, they now they do fight off some little gangster guys, and then they are scared away by this monkey. Um, let's just say they got their people mixed up here. They think the monkey's a hero, but let's see how he really is. I will show that clip in just a second.
No, please. I dare not listen. I have been lashed by harsh tongues for too long. Alas, my little ones, I do not rock. For I, Jojo, am a monster.
You're not a monster. Monsters are evil. Yeah, and anybody who would save us like you did is so not evil. You're no monster, mister. You're just really dirty.
So this is Mojo Jojo. So I guess this is what happens when you steal Jojo's personal belongings. He covers it up with paper towels, but then he gets mad. So I guess he manipulates these innocent children into helping him out. They actually build his lair, laboratory, whatever you want to call it. They build it for him. He's making these killer apes and monkeys, and the little harmless children are just sleeping away, thinking that they just did something great. And then they wake up the next morning. They get dressed. They're all proud of themselves. They go to their professor daddy, and they're like, "We just did something awesome." And they're flying them around to the city. And as they're explaining everything, um, Mojo Jojo is just he's about to just terrorize the Townsville. Um, so I will show that clip in just a second.
Who was also hated by everybody. Mine had this great idea to help the town and make it a better place. That way the town would accept us. Because we did something to help. So we used all our powers and abilities. You're gonna be so proud.
To thank the little people
Everyone's gonna love us.
who helped.
So obviously this isn't going well. This city is just absolutely getting torched by these wonderful primates. I'm just going to call them that because I think they're a mix of apes and monkeys. I know I said we like to learn things on this show. I said, and apparently I do have to teach it because it always gets mixed up. So yes, there's a mix of apes and monkeys. And they are just causing all kinds of chaos. I mean, look at this, they're punching people. This is not what I was expecting by any means. So yes, watching this did throw me off a little bit. And yes, I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I am not watching this with a serious mud puppy stare or serious turtle face as well. I found this incredibly amusing. So, and the mayor, once again, this guy gets batted around so bad. I mean, this is in a way, this is like terrific. This is a politician just getting batted around. Don't we want to see stuff like this? I would love it if I could see the county executive of wonderful Buffalo getting batted around, especially during COVID. I would have loved to see that, or Cuomo for that example, or for example. So, I mean, this is like every person's dream. So, I'm actually enjoying these clips here. So, so now because of this, the professor gets mad because he has no sense of humor. He's probably going to be getting his orange jumpsuit again because now he mentioned the girls' names, so now they are tied to this evil ape causing the chaos. So, so now there is a bit of a problem. So they end up, because they have superpowers, they decide to leave the planet because they make the professor mad. And now they're feeling sorry for themselves, and I believe they are sitting on an asteroid. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Rose, skip you hear that?
Jerk. Big fat dumb jerk. He duped us. He planned it all along and we fell for it.
Well, we're discussing drunk purchases off camera. So, yes, Michelangelo over there is waving with Donatello saying, yes, we were drunk purchases and now we're here. So, anyways, it's a good thing all the stores are closed. But just a little bit of wine, but I'm not really, well, I guess you could say I must be drunk to be doing Powerpuff Girls, but believe it or not, I was actually enjoying this completely sober without any wine.
I don't know you drink
So, moving on. So they're on a asteroid, and they are just crying up a storm. And the asteroid now has a flood of tears, but it's okay because they come back to Earth. They go back to Townsville, and let's see what happens. I'm hoping the whole entire clip will show because yes, I do find these little side things in here kind of amusing. I know they're childish. I know they're kind of stupid, but I was not expecting this when I was watching this movie. So I will show that clip in just a second.
I didn't mean it. It was an accident. He wouldn't let go. And then the dog. And then the monkey. And I couldn't hear. He couldn't. Oh, man. Buttercup, are you a genius?
Well, so this is the final clip here. So I did actually find this mildly amusing, like I've said several times. I think that dog a little bit reminds me of Snoopy, so I think that's why I was laughing at it. I could actually see Snoopy doing something like that, just squeezing out of a cement block and then saying, "You know what? I'm just going to pee on this," and I hope it's Charlie Brown's. So, so anyway, so now I will be doing my whole review. And this is a movie that I have to agree with nostalgia. Nobody talks about this movie at all. And again, this came out in 2002. So now I have to do my grade. And like I said, I laughed at this. I paid attention to this. The number one movie was Spider Man. When I bought Spider Man for 49 cents, I thought I paid too much. I made fun of it. I laughed at it. This is something I actually laughed with. This is probably one of the better movies that came out in 2002. I did not care for Harry Potter. I didn't really like Lord of the Rings all that much. And some of the other movies, Friday After Next, they were mediocre at best. Some of the comedies I even laughed at less than I laughed at this movie. So if I did have to grade this, I would probably give this a B minus. I don't know if it's that this is that good or if movies today or that came out in 2000 were just that bad. But either way, I was very, very surprised within the first 2 seconds of this because I did not know what to expect. So this is something that unfortunately I think you can laugh at. This is supposed to be funny, but I think people do take the superhero stuff way too serious, and they do like the dramatic parts with them crying, and they completely miss the dog peeing on the concrete blocks. So these are little things that I pick up on because cartoons are something I cannot take seriously at all. To me, they are silly and they're supposed to be funny. This is one of them. So I will give this to B minus. I do recommend seeing this. Why not? Um, what are you going to put on instead? Jersey Shore, Alabama Shore. Chrisley knows best. Chrisley doesn't know anything. So it's a lot better than that garbage. So and the new Garfield. I mean, are you kidding me? So yeah, I would actually recommend seeing this. It's worth a watch. I don't know what streaming service it's on. I'm guessing you can pick this up at any thrift store. I forgot to mention thrift stores. Maybe the wine is actually kicking in and it's making me smarter because I've never mentioned going to a thrift store and picking up a DVD or a flea market for that matter. Um,
That's why I went to Life.
but I always mention eBay. I never mention thrift stores, and that's probably the best place to look because you can probably get them for $1. If they don't work, then they don't work. You'll find another one. I promise. I know from experience. So
We still got multiple of the same thing for that reason.
pretty much. You might find them for 50 cents. So, yes, a thrift store works. eBay. And again, I don't know. This could be on one of the free streaming services. It's Warner Brothers, so they probably want you to pay. But anyways, please comment below if you have seen this movie. Subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.